But here's the secret, reader. This is only of chapter 1.
So you have to play it 6 times.
No. There's multiple chapters of one playthrough.
There are waves crashing. The sound is so loud. I can't make myself be heard, but I still scream to the life raft that's moving away from the sinking ship. You filled the recon part? Yeah. I'm going down with the ship. What, are you gonna sing? I thought you might. I'm being thrashed.
Not going down with this ship.
Oof! I'm being thrashed against the sides of the old wooden vessel. This isn't right. The ship looks wrong.
Oh god. Oh god. What the fuck is this?
This is how people became cats. A cat's face looms close up to mine. Everything's wrong. All of it. This is all wrong. Which cat are you? But the words come out of my mouth as mewling, and I realize I'm not myself. I'm some kind of beast. Suddenly I'm flying. I'm in the claws of some enormous bird.
Gigantic duck.
The beating wings are deafening. I look down to see the ground approaching really fast. The ground nest. You can drop through the break. What does that mean? The break? What break? Breakfast! Rise
Mrs.
and
Marigold.
shine! Merry
Swallow,
Christmas,
Merry Christmas
Swallow.
to you too. I hope you're doing well today.
Yeah, did you have a good Christmas?
We rested,
That was
right.
a dream, yeah. Even the dreams give you clues.
Research 12?
Slow day, only gotta organize a few samples. Forrest Gump hugging a cat when he jogged around the US? Or Castaway Cat?
A little bit of both.
It's good to see you, Swallow.
How you doing? Castaway cat.
Hope you got everything you wished for this Christmas.
All the things.
Today I'm in the lab doing flora research. It's not the most exciting job, but if I keep my head down, I can get through it quickly enough. It really just consists of unpacking the new samples of plants and flowers that the professor and I have collected on our foraging expeditions, and logging them into the database of organic substances on the computer. Most of them are commonplace plants that grow abundantly in the forest, but occasionally we come across something more rare, exotic even.
Ooh.
One of the samples I'm looking at today is Calendula incana maritima, which is very interesting indeed. I can't help speculating that it's been cultivated in the marigold's little greenhouse and then transplanted to open ground. Does Phil spit or swallow?
I smoke.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one.
Yeah, they're marigolds.
Don't do
Oh
it.
fuck! I pressed
I'm a virgin.
I pressed the button
Ah.
accidentally. Oh well. Boots, stop that! You're not supposed to be in here! Oh god! She laughs as though I've told a joke. That is a frightfully pretty flower. Calendula incana maritima, if I'm not mistaken. You never cease to amaze me, Boots. How on earth did you know that? Why, I make it my business to know all about rare and valuable works of art. Art? Why not? It has been created like a sculpture or a painting. The marigolds are true artists in the garden. I wondered if they had something to do with this.
And you see it fucks dogs.
It's so unusual even in its natural swampy habitat.
This cat looks like a wrinkled ball sack, 100%.
She is. Snooty booty. But to have it growing here in the forest is very out of the ordinary. Yes, its properties are extraordinary too, human. Well, I'm quite new to the botanical science, so I probably don't know the half of it. Why don't you fill me in? Although I'm always happy to facilitate your learning, human, I simply can't stay here a moment longer. The air is so stale, don't you find?
Slave trader? Is that what you're saying?
What?
You're selling cats.
Oh, because they're in cages over here? Maybe. Cats are being abducted from the island every day.
Don't know what to kill my wallet with on Steam.
Oh,
All
boy.
the things.
Get Elite Dangerous if you don't have it already. It's on sale. Snooty Booty, that's her name. I ignore her sideways glance and upturned nose. Let's go to the beach and drink some coconut water. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Snoots, I'm not going anywhere until I finish this. Don't be ridiculous. You can tinker about in here any time, but the sun will be gone in an hour or two. I'm not tinkering. This is my job. If I don't get it done, the professor will want to know why. Coconut water? You sold me, lady. Then explain to him you had better things to do. Wrinkle ballsack. I thought I recognized that
Entertain
read.
trolls.
Snooty Booty, I won't tell you again. If he catches you here, Pauper will cage you. Be careful with that flower, human. It doesn't do to inhale that fragrance too deeply. What? I turn to ask why and see her flounce out, knocking the beaker with a swish of her tail as she does. You did that on purpose. But she's gone, leaving me to clear up the broken glass. Thanks, Booty. They must be close for her to call the cat Snoots. I know. They're very familiar. Okay, one more research.
And that should be probably the end of this this part.
Once you complete your research, your time on Cat Island will come to an end. Have you seen everything you wanted to see?
Yes.
Yeah, because I literally can't do any more of the other things.
Yeah.
Today I'm off on a field trip of sorts with the professor. I can't wait to see what he's planning to show me. It's the helicopter. The helicopter off the island.
Ah,
What's that doing in chat?
the clunt. It's moving around.
It's the rising clunt. Professor Pauper told me to be ready early and dressed for hiking, as we're doing field work this morning. I'm not sure that I have anything that would pass for hiking gear, to be honest.
How long are we going to be streaming? It's like we've been going for 6
and a
hours
half
20.
hours.
And maybe finish at 7 or what, 7 hours or 8 hours.
Yeah. Helicopters always crash.
In video games, 100%. Get in a helicopter, you're going to crash.
They're hard to control. Some sturdy shoes would be good. Oh well, lab coat and trainers it is then, as usual.
We might just end at the end of this chapter, to be honest. We'll find out what happens in a minute.
A message from the professor lights up my cat along. Oh, sorry, that's Professor.
What does he sound like?
Basically Albert Isfield.
Set to go. I'm waiting outside my tent. Ah, Philomuda, are you ready to get our fieldwork today?
Yes, of course. Professor, may I ask where we're going?
Somewhere I think you'll find very interesting.
That answers that. The professor hands me a backpack.
Here, take this bag.
It's very full, but surprisingly light. Pauper has set off at a brisk pace, calling back to me over his shoulder.
This way.
I run to catch him up. After some serious walking, with me struggling to keep up, the professor stops abruptly and listens.
Do you hear that?
There is a distant sound of bubbling water.
We're almost there.
Secretly, I'm relieved, as I don't think I could go much further.
Just a little climbing.
Climbing? I hide my dismay. Where does he get his energy from?
It's just at the top there. It's not as difficult as a climb as it looks.
We're in front of an almost vertical rock face.
Just copy me.
He clambers up expertly. I manage to find a spot that will support my foot and start the climb. I make little progress before slipping and falling flat on my bum.
Nice.
I try again. This time I take it slow.
Thank you much, Bucket.
Mess with the hoppo, bomb gonna dropo. Again, I fall. What happened to the benefits of catification the others keep going on about? The professor notices I'm having trouble and holds a hand out for me. I manage to climb up, just enough to take hold of him, and he lifts me the rest of the way. His strength is impressive. Curious, even.
Not a fan of climbing, eh?
Can't say I've done much of it, Professor.
Come along then. I can get you there.
He pretty much pulls me all the way to the top and then leads me to the entrance of a small cave. The sound of running water is very loud now. I instantly see why. A natural spring has cut its way through the rock and created a beautiful cascade of sparkling clear water. It looks delicious. I kneel down without thinking and I begin to drink. It tastes amazing. As I come up for breath, I see the professor looking at me with suspicion.
You should know better, as if it's never wise under any circumstances to ingest something that is unproven. But here, on this island, it would be prudent to exercise more caution than usual.
I feel embarrassed at my lack of consideration. Yes, of course, sir. I wasn't thinking. I felt so thirsty and it looked so good.
I do understand. Many have made the same error. Fortunately for you, this is a tried and tested for safe consumption. It's good, don't you think?
My body feels suddenly re-energized. I feel like I could climb any wall. It's incredible. I feel fantastic. What's in it?
We don't know. That's why we're here. We need more samples, and we've been studying this water for months.
MFG, you are so
and
beautiful.
we still know very little about it. Check your bag.
I open my bag. It's full to the brim with empty plastic bottles.
We'll need to fill these with water. We're going to need as much as we can carry.
I do as he says. By the time all the bottles are full and back in my bag, it weighs a ton. But I feel like I can lift anything. The effect of the water is powerful.
Why is all water in games cartoonish blue? Yeah, you can't really draw clear very easily.
The professor has also packed his own rucksack with bottles.
This should do for now. Let's get these back.
As we make our way down the rock face and back to camp, I have no problem keeping up with the professor. I feel like I could run all the way. It's cocaine. However, as we get closer to home, I start to feel the effect wearing off. My bag becomes unbearably heavy. The final limp into camp is torture. I need to rest. Well, what happened?
Let's talk about cats, baby.
I've come into the forest to gather my thoughts. This morning, I noticed another change in my appearance. Up until now, it's been easy to cover up my transition. I just had to keep on top of removing the excess body hair. Even the stub of a tail that appeared a few days ago hasn't been a problem. Who'd see it? But this new development is definitely a turning point. How am I going to explain the fact that my pupils have turned into vertical slits? I can't risk anyone seeing me like this, so I'm going to hide out for a while and see what happens. It's a beautiful night, and McMurphy and I are lying on the sand by the old shipwrecks, relaxed in the way that only cats can be. When I remember back to all the anxiety and stress I used to live with, the endless hours fretting over the antidote research, it makes my fur stand up. I thought our lives depended upon it. It was my love for McMurphy that finally got me to see sense. Why was I so desperate to make him the same as me? Hadn't I fallen for him the way he was? So I decided to turn it on its head and become like him. I lose track after 30. We're lying out under the stars. I can't help smiling to myself when I remember how cold I used to think it was at night. Mac used to rib me for my whining. Now here I am, snug as can be, counting the stars with the cat I love more than anything else in the world.
You see, the trouble is, Kara, you'll still be thinking like a scientist.
What do you mean?
So, when you count the stars...